first we had seen about liverworts. Liverworts, they usually grow in moist habitat, and the thallus is dorsiventral. That is what we have done till now. Now we will go to the reproductive part of liverworts. Asexual reproduction in liverworts take place by fragmentation of thalli. So that is the mode of reproduction. You can say it's also the vegetative mode of reproduction, or by formation of specialized structures called gemma. You can see here the picture. You can see cup-like structure. This is called gemma. So the formation of specialized structure called gemma, that is involved in asexual reproduction. Gemma are green, multicellular, asexual buds which develop into small receptacles called gemma cups located on thalli. So that is what is gemma. They are small cup-shaped structure. They are asexual buds which are located on the thalli. So the gemma become detached from the parent body and germinate to form new individuals. Like you just compare it with buds. In hydra and all, small bud originate and then the asexual reproduction take place. Same way here gemma is produced and that becomes detached from the parent body. So that is the type of asexual reproduction in liverworts. Then when we talk about sexual reproduction, in sexual reproduction, male and female sex organs are produced either on the same or on different thalli. So it can happen that on the same thalli, male and female sex organs are produced, or it can happen that it will be produced on different thalli. So here you can see the male and female sex organs on different thalli. You can see here, this is the female thallus, that is archegoniophore is present. Okay, just remember arche, this word is associated with female, and anthridiophore, anther you know it, that's a male reproductive, related to male reproductive part. So anthridiophore, always wherever these words anther and arche is present, arche is for female and anther is for male, remember that. So archegoniophore is present in female thallus and anthridiophore is present in male thallus. So here the male and female sex organs are produced. Either it can happen that both would be on the same thallus, or it can happen that both would be on different thallus. So here archegoniophore is present. So this is female thallus. Here anthridiophore is present. This is male thallus. Now the sporophyte is differentiated into foot, seta and capsule. Yesterday I told you sporophyte and gametophyte, those are the two main parts of liverworts and moss, bryophytes when we are talking about. So now we are considering only about liverworts. So they are having, see, sporophyte structure also, gametophyte also. So you can see here capsule, seta, foot, that is the rhizoid part, this part. So this is the liverwort that we are talking about, not the moss. Don't moss we will study after this. Liverworts, this part. So this is the liverwort part. You can see here thallus, and this is the sporophyte. Here you can see capsule, seta and foot. Okay, so this is the sporophyte part and this is the gametophyte part. Okay, so here that's what is written here. The sporophyte is differentiated into foot, seta and capsule, that is this part, capsule, seta and foot. So the sporophyte is differentiated into this part. After meiosis, spores are produced within the capsule. So where is the capsule? Here. Here this is the capsule and spores are produced inside this capsule. Even in moss also, spores are produced inside this capsule. So we are talking about liverworts now. So spores are produced inside this capsule. These spores germinate to form free-living gametophytes. So yesterday also I told you the sporophyte, that is what give rise to the gametophyte. So here the spores germinate to form the free-living gametophytes. When we talk about moss, we had talked about liverwort. Now example of liverwort is Mertensia, and that is what we had seen now. They are having thallus-like structure and different sex organs. In sexual reproduction they have different sex organs. When we talk about moss, this is moss. The predominant stage of the life cycle of a moss is the gametophyte. Okay, here the predominant stage is the gametophyte, which consists of two stages, protonema stage and leafy stage. You see here, this is the protonema stage and this is the leafy stage. So what is protonema stage? The first stage is the protonema stage. which develops directly from a spore. What did I tell you? Inside the capsule, spores are present. So from the spore, the first stage that develops, that is called protonema. Okay, so the first stage is the protonema stage, which develop directly from the spore. Here it is not very much developed. Slowly the development take place. You can see here modification of protonema take place, and then you can see here the leafy structure. So this is the leafy stage. This is the protonema stage and this is the leafy stage. So the first stage is the protonema stage, which develops directly from a spore. It is creeping, green, branched and frequently filamentous stage. So that is creeping, green, branched and filamentous. So this is the protonema stage. The second stage is the leafy stage. So this stage which I told you, this stage, this is the leafy stage. Okay, protonema develops into the leafy stage. So the second stage is the leafy stage, which develops from the secondary protonema. Secondary protonema as a lateral bud. You can see here first protonema, then there is modification, that is secondary protonema, and then it develops into the leafy stage. So what are the two stages in the moss when we talk about? It's the protonema stage and the leafy stage. Protonema stage is a creeping, green, branched and filamentous stage. It develops into secondary protonema and then it develops into the leafy stage. So that is what is written here. The second stage is the leafy stage, which develops from the secondary protonema as a lateral bud. They consist of upright, slender axis bearing spirally arranged leaves. You can see there the leaves are arranged spirally. Okay, एक stem के आसपास जैसे leaves होता है, that in the same way spirally they are arranged. They are attached to the soil through multicellular and branched rhizoids. What did I tell you? What are rhizoids? What are rhizoids? Anybody? Yes, Nucleus rhizoid. So this stage bears the sex organ. So that is the stage which bears the sex organ in moss. So the type of reproduction when we talk about in mosses, again fragmentation, as in liverworts also, here also vegetative reproduction, that is fragmentation and budding in the secondary protonema. So that is the vegetative reproduction in mosses, fragmentation and budding in secondary protonema. In sexual reproduction, the sex organs antheridia. See again here anther, you can see this is the male and archegonia, this is the female organ. Okay, so remember wherever anther, that is male, arche, that is female. So in sexual reproduction, the sex organs antheridia and archegonia are produced at the apex of the leaf shoot. Now you can see here this is antheridium and archegonium. This picture is not there in your book, just to show you. I'm showing you. So antheridium and archegonium, they are the sex organs that are present in mosses. So what happens? Sex organs are there, they will produce gametes and the zygote would be developed, isn't it? So after fertilization, so gametes would be there, zygote would be developed, so that is called fertilization. So after fertilization, the zygote develops into sporophyte consisting of a foot, seta and capsule. Again the same thing I told you earlier, foot, seta and capsule. This is the sporophyte. So after this one, fertilization, the zygote develops into foot, seta and capsule, this part. That is a sporophyte. The sporophyte in mosses is more elaborate than in liverworts. So in liverworts that is not much elaborate, but in mosses the sporophyte stage is more elaborate. You can see here this is the sporophyte stage and this is the gametophyte stage. So in mosses when we talk about this sporophyte stage, that is foot, seta and capsule, that is more elaborate. That means it will be there for a longer period of time. The capsule contains spores. Again the same thing as you had seen in liverworts. The capsule contains spores. Spores are formed after meiosis. Meiosis, as I told you, haploid number of individuals. 4 daughter cells are formed which are haploid. The mosses have an elaborate mechanism of spore dispersal. So you can see here, this is a capsule and the burst and spores are produced. So that is how spores are liberated. So that is the way in which mosses they liberate the spores. So in bryophytes, the dominant phase in the life cycle is the gametophytic plant. If we consider about mosses, sporophyte is more elaborate, but when we talk about the dominant phase, this gametophyte stage is the most dominant phase in bryophyte when we talk about bryophyte in general. So common examples of mosses you can see here, they are Funaria. Funaria I showed you earlier, no? Funaria, this is Funaria. Okay. Then Polytrichum, this is Polytrichum. They also look like, see, you can see capsule, foot and seta. These are the parts of mosses, Polytrichum. Then you can see a sphagnum. Sphagnum looks like this. Sphagnum, as I told you, they act as peat or as packaging material. So that is about liverworts and Funaria. So just have, we'll again go through it again. So liverworts, where are they found? They are found in what type of habitat? What type of